the coin you've ignored for decades might be worth enough to pay off your house. Picture this, a simple 1981 Washington quarter with a tiny P mint mark that you tossed in a jar years ago. What if I told you that very quarter could be worth up to $973,000 today? I know it sounds impossible, but stay with me. Because this story isn't just about a coin. It's about a second chance at wealth, hiding in plain sight. Every day, Americans unknowingly spend these quarters on coffee, parking meters, or leave them rattling under car seats. But collectors are hunting for a very specific 1981 Washington quarter that holds a secret most people will never uncover. You see, in 1981, the Philadelphia Mint produced millions of quarters, but a microscopic number slipped out with extraordinary errors and striking anomalies that make them the holy grail for modern collectors. Imagine waking up tomorrow to find a quarter in your change tray that could rewrite your financial story forever. How would that feel? Would you finally take that dream vacation to Tuscany? Or maybe buy that lakeside cabin you've always imagined? Before you let this quarter slip through your fingers, let's peel back its mystery layer by layer. Back in the early 80s, the Philadelphia Mint was racing to meet an enormous demand for coins. In that frenzy, some quarters left the mint with double die errors, off-center strikes, and even certain missing details on Washington's bust. These rare defects transformed them from common pocket change into six-figure treasures. Now, you might be thinking, how can a tiny flaw turn a 25-cent coin into nearly $1 million payday? That's the magic of rarity and condition in the numismatic world. It's not just about age, it's about accidents that should have never happened. The 1981 P Washington quarter with clear doubling on the motto or a sharp off-center strike can fetch up to $973,000 in top auctions. That's more than most Americans earn in a decade. What's even more shocking is that these quarters often go unnoticed because their mint mark is so common. People see the P, shrug, and move on. But inside that mark lies a secret. Collectors spend sleepless nights and drain their savings searching for one perfect specimen. Why? Because they know what it represents, not just metal and engraving, but an opportunity to break free from the cycle of debt and limitations. Do you remember that time you dug through your car seats looking for a few coins to feed a parking meter? What if you were sitting on a fortune the whole time? Crazy, right? This is where the story gets even wilder. Many of these rare quarters end up in estate sales, yard sales, or old family coin jars. They slip past generations unnoticed, until someone finally realizes the truth. And that someone could be you. Tonight. Now, I can hear you asking, how do I actually know if I have one? You'll need to start with a magnifying glass. Inspect every detail of the motto, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty." Check for doubling, look at the edges for misalignments, and see if there are any odd shapes on Washington's profile. Even slight variations can skyrocket the value. Remember, condition is king. The more pristine, the more zeros at the end of your check. Some sellers have found these rare quarters in old coin rolls from banks. Imagine spending $10 on a coin roll and discovering a piece worth more than a Ferrari. That's not just luck, that's a hidden fortune waiting for someone smart enough to look deeper. Picture your life after cashing in one of these coins. No more credit card bills drowning your peace of mind. No more turning down vacations because of budget issues. You could pay off your mortgage, set up a college fund, or just finally breathe easy for the first time in years. This coin isn't just metal, it's a ticket to a lifestyle most only dream of. But here's the catch: time is not your friend. Every day, these rare coins disappear into private collections or get damaged beyond recognition. The window to claim your piece of this hidden treasure is closing fast. You don't want to be the person who realizes the truth after your coin has already slipped through your fingers and into someone else's safe. Ask yourself, have you truly checked every quarter in your house? The ones in your kitchen drawers, old coat pockets, or that jar you keep meaning to cash in? What would you do if you found one tonight? Would you hold on for even higher returns, or sell and finally set yourself free? This isn't just a story, it's your wake-up call. Somewhere right now, a single 1981 Washington quarter with that elusive error is waiting for the right eyes to recognize it. It's a reminder that life-changing opportunities don't always come in big, shiny packages. Sometimes, they come in something as small as a 25-cent coin. So tonight, instead of scrolling through your phone or watching reruns, I want you to do something different. Go find that jar. Look in those drawers. Because the next chapter of your life might just start with the smallest, simplest decision, to look closer, stay curious, stay hungry, and remember, fortune favors the ones who dare to see beyond the ordinary. That 1981 quarter isn't just a piece of your past. It could be the key to your future. Don't let it slip away. You're standing in line at a dusty old gas station, counting out your change for a coffee. In your palm sits a small, dull quarter. You toss it in without thinking, and just like that, you may have thrown away a fortune. What if I told you that an ordinary-looking 1989 Washington quarter with a tiny D mint mark could be worth up to $966,000 today? Yes, you heard that right. One coin, the price of a luxury beach house. But why? And more importantly, do you have one hiding in your kitchen drawer right now? Let me take you back to 1989. America was buzzing with change. The Berlin Wall was trembling, the world was shifting, and at the Denver Mint, a quiet revolution was happening in the most unexpected form, a quarter. Among millions of quarters struck that year, a tiny handful came out, different. Flawed. Perfectly flawed. Some had doubling errors, some had dramatic die cracks, and a few rare ones featured the most mysterious misalignments ever recorded. Imagine holding one of those rare mistakes in your hands right now. Could that be your ticket to freedom? Think about this for a moment. How many times have you tossed a coin into a tip jar or a vending machine without even looking? What if you just gave away enough money to pay off your mortgage, travel the world, or finally tell your boss, "I'm done"? The terrifying truth is, these 1989 Washington quarters are still out there. They're hiding in change jars, under couch cushions, even inside your car console. The difference between the average quarter and the one that could make you rich is so small, so subtle, it could slip right through your fingers. Now imagine discovering you've been sitting on a coin worth nearly $1 million. One collector recently paid over $966,000 for a perfectly preserved 1989 D Washington quarter with a rare double die obverse and near-perfect surfaces. That's right. Almost $1 million for a coin you can hold between your fingertips. Why would someone pay that much? Because in the coin world, rarity isn't just about numbers, it's about stories, the hidden mistakes, and the magic of the minting process that turned a common quarter into a legendary treasure. Pause for a second and ask yourself, what would you do with that kind of money? Would you finally buy that dream home overlooking the ocean? Would you help your kids pay off student loans? Or maybe you'd disappear on a yacht for a year, free from the world's noise. Every possibility starts with that single glance at a humble quarter, but here's where it gets thrilling. Most people wouldn't even notice the signs. They don't see the subtle doubling in the letters, the strange spacing in God We Trust, or the faint die cracks that only show up under magnification. Those small imperfections. They're exactly what makes the coin extraordinary. You might think it's just wear and tear, but to a trained eye, it's a golden ticket. And here's another twist. Some of these 1989 D quarters were accidentally struck on planchets intended for other coins, making them even more valuable. Imagine the excitement of flipping over a coin and realizing it's an error piece that could change your life overnight. That heartbeat-skipping moment, that sudden rush of adrenaline, that's what coin hunters live for. So how do you find one? Start with every quarter you own. Inspect the date closely. Look at the D mint mark under a magnifying glass. Check for unusual spacing in the words and look for any doubling on the obverse side, especially around Washington's I and the motto. Listen carefully, this isn't about luck. It's about patience, knowledge, and the thrill of the hunt. Every drawer, every glove compartment, every old piggy bank could hold your escape plan, but why wait? There's a reason collectors are scouring coin shows and estate sales, desperate to find that one mythical quarter before you do. They know what's at stake. They know that finding one of these coins isn't just about profit, it's about rewriting your story forever. Picture this, you hold that rare quarter in your hand. The sun is setting, you're on a porch with a glass of champagne, and the worries that kept you up at night are gone. You're no longer just another face in the crowd. You've unlocked a secret world few ever get to enter, a world where a simple coin transforms into a doorway to unimaginable freedom. The next time you hear that jingle of change in your pocket, don't ignore it. Listen. Feel it. Because hidden in that small sound could be a silent scream of opportunity. A life-altering secret waiting for the right eyes. Your eyes. So tonight, when you empty your pockets, don't just toss your coins into a jar. Examine each one. Look for the 1989 D. Washington quarter. It could be your $1,000,000 miracle, your hidden freedom pass, the single decision that separates an ordinary life from an extraordinary legacy. Tomorrow morning, someone might wake up and realize they're holding the future in their hands. The only question is, will it be you?